Hello, and welcome to DSL and Souls CVC card training. Today, we'll be covering obtaining a card, completing the application. We'll talk about the control value card basics, using the card responsibly, and submitting documentation on time. Prior to obtaining a card, please understand each group is allowed one card with some exceptions. Your application should be submitted via Engage. If your club has a previous card holder, they must email Ramon to cancel the card, or you can email Ramon with the person CC'd on the email. And finally, after the application is approved, the card will be mailed to the SOL office, where you will receive instructions to watch this video and to come pick up your card. Completing the application. In order to complete the application, you must log on to engage.mit.edu. On the left-hand side, click on Surveys and Forms and open the control value application. You can also type in the link that is highlighted here. When you open the application, you will see circled the paper application. You'll be able to open this up, type in your information, and upload the file into this survey. Then you will submit. When completing the application, it's important to know a few things. The card is for small purchases. So every card is giving a maximum limit of $3,000. That limit is a single transaction limit, as well as the entire limit on the card. You will not be able to go over that $3,000 in one single day, nor will you be able to go over the $3,000 overall. There are times where we can add money back onto your card, but these are special circumstances and you will need to contact Ramon. You want to make sure that you complete the application to its fullest extent. So you want to include your name, your student group name, your student group account number. That would be your main account number. You will have an opportunity in the future, and we'll discuss that later, to charge the post to any different account. So you can charge to your funding account. We'll discuss that a little bit later. You want to make sure you enter the email address, the mailing address, W2500. Include your email, and please include your phone number and your MIT ID number. If these things are not included, the application will be returned to you to complete those items. Then you sign and date and submit the application in the previous page. Some of the basics of the card. You will be the sole person responsible for the card. Remember, the card works as a credit card, not a debit card. So once that $3,000 is done, then you have to discuss trying to replenish the card. You will always have the MIT tax exempt number handy. If you're purchasing online, you can add it into the comment section, or if you're calling, make sure you mention that we have a tax exempt number. MIT is a nonprofit institution, so you should not be charged tax. If you are, you can contact Ramon and we can talk about it. There are about 8 states. As you can see on this list, most states do accept the tax exempt. There are about 8 states that do not accept it. Your billing address will always be 77 Mass Ave. Doesn't matter if you live on campus, off campus, or otherwise. 77 Mass Ave will be the billing address that you always use when you're ordering anything. If your card is declined, feel free to call the number on the back of the card. Identify yourself as a student by giving your name and ID number, and you'll be able to check the balance. Most of the time, it's because the balance is low, and you can speak to Ramon to discuss replenishing the card. If you see any fraudulent charges on your card, please contact us immediately. Email procard@mit.edu and/or rdowns@mit.edu. The holder of the card is the only person authorized to use this card. So please be sure when you complete the application, the person receiving the card will be the person making the purchases on behalf of the group. Failure to follow MIT's procedures and DSL's procedures may lead to the card being suspended and the group being suspended from the CVC program for 1 year. Some examples of things that are not allowed: personal items, purchase of restricted items, failing to provide a receipt that is accurate or on time, please be sure that when purchasing food, you meet all of the MIT requirements. All food purposes charged to the card must be a purpose for a business, and the names of the attendees or the group name and the description of the meeting should be listed. The card does not support travel expenses. If you are outside of 25 square miles of Cambridge, the card will not work. Also, restricted purchases include alcohol, chemicals, furniture, gift receipts or gift cards or gift certificates. And you are also not allowed to pay people. Party planners, bartenders, DJs, they will not be able to be paid by the card. You cannot use the card for Venmo nor PayPal. Once a purchase is made, the verifier must send that receipt through the Engage system within 7 days of the transaction. If your receipt is sent to us late 4 times, it can result in expulsion from the program or suspension from the program. Again, card purchases are for $3,000 or less. You can find the terms of user terms in the MIT VPF guidelines. Again, always submit itemized receipts. We need to see everything that was paid for using this card so that we can verify no restricted items were purchased. Submitting your receipts. Once again, after you make a purchase, please, within 7 days, send the receipt through this portal so that we can verify the charge and post it to your student organization's account. Again, once you log on to engage.mit.edu, on the left-hand side, you will click Surveys and Forms, and you will click Controlled Value Card Receipt Submission Portal. If you do not have a verification form on hand, skip forward to step 3 and click here. This will open up the verification form, and you can complete the verification form and upload it for our review. This is what the verification form looks like. Please complete the verification form with a description of the purchase, the vendor name, the cardholder's name, the amount charged, and the account number that you would like to charge this to. So again, you list your main account on the application. However, you are allowed to use your funding account when making purchases. Please find the types of receipts that are acceptable. On the left, you see an itemized receipt listing in detail each item that was purchased. On the right, you see the transaction record, which does not list any items. Please use only the itemized receipt, or we will kick it back to you so that you can resubmit. Finally, once you complete your application and your application is reviewed and processed, you will receive an email that will inform you that you need to watch this video and you need to complete the CVC agreement form, which you can find here in this link or using this QR code. Once these steps are completed, you will be able to come and pick up your card. If you have not completed all of these steps, you will not be able to pick up your card. Thank you. Have a great day.